Hello, good morning. You're watching QTV this morning. I am Ibrahim Balde. We are back again on another edition of your special morning program here on QTV. Thank you very much for always following this program. It's a rainy Tuesday morning, and it will be good to get your cup of coffee this morning. I mean, imagine with your mug of coffee and enjoying the atmosphere. Yeah, so I'm with Julde Njai. Julde, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm not sure if I'm fine.
Oh, what happened?
I got bitten by the rain, not just me, but together with my son.
Oh,
so
Ibrahim.
I think it's time to grab a car.
Mr. Sabali,
it's time.
Come here, let me tell you
something.
No,
it's time.
Mr. Sabali, my sister needs a car.
Seriously.
Yeah, so we have Mar Nyang, founder and executive director of Gambia Participates.
Right.
Good morning, Mar.
Morning, Balde.
Sasimis Bahra. Madam did justice to dismiss.
Yes.
Hey.
Madam did justice.
Oh.
I agree.
Thank you very much for
why sometimes madam did? Why fekk sometimes ñun si ñun la.
Madam la.
No,
it's madam.
Si ñun no. Xam nga madam mun na ko dur waaye soo ko solee tam affaire bi si yow la.
Waaye madam moo lay choose.
Waaw moo lay choose.
Yeah, so it's good to have you, Mar. How are you?
I'm okay. It's a very busy period, a lot of moving parts, but we keep, that's the work of civil society. Always,
right.
One beautiful thing about the work we do is not like you doing the same thing every night. You always have to be on standby. Everything that actually comes, you kind of look into it and then see what you could do. And it's an evolving process.
Right. So what's up? What is happening?
Exactly.
With the Gambia Participates, civil society?
There's a lot of things that is happening at Gambia Participate. This summer has been so busy. This year we have shifted our focus in increasing knowledge, right? And this is done through obviously bringing in experts to share knowledge and experiences to not only the civil society that we do engage before, but the younger ones, the same with the journalists. But
I was a participant
in
in one of your trainings.
So that has been our strategy this year. It's about knowledge and data. So we developed a dashboard, a budget dashboard that actually covers all the budget of the Gambia from 2019 to date. And obviously the opinion poll on the elections.
Yes.
Since we're here now talking about the Auditor General and what is happening, corruption and everything, we will be publishing another research opinion poll.
Wow.
On corruption.
The first one was really interesting.
This one is actually going to be more interesting.
Wow.
Yes. And it's actually the first of its kind where we look deeper into corruption. I don't want to preempt what is going to be published, but it's going to be interesting. So it's about knowledge, knowledge data. That's our focus this year.
Well, I am pretty sure you have a lot of things to focus on, especially looking at how our system is working at the moment. Some people will tell you it's not looking good, and I'm pretty sure, by the end of what you do, you will come up with something.
Yeah, I mean, things. I mean, that's governance. These things happen, so you have to be a watchdog. You have to be closely monitoring. You have in governance, you have politicians, you have technocrats, and one cannot go without the other. Technocrats are not politicians. They don't know how to really convert votes or to do maybe other sort of lobbying. They're hands-on into fixing issues. Politicians are the ones that do their lobbying. Most of the time, they mess up, just as the technocrats will mess up with some of the decisions that have been made. So for us as civil society, we just like that bird on top of the tree, looking down what is happening, and then you will be going after every single thing that falls within your domain.
Exactly. So let's take a look at the African code. The rooster also sweat, but because of its feathers, nobody knows it. The rooster. wala mu sise bati, sise, how do you, dunto.
Yeah.
It also sweat, but because of its feathers, nobody noticed, I mean, it sweats. I never, they sweat as well. Yeah, so this is an African proverb in Mandinka, so we can see how to interpret the proverb. Yeah. What's your understanding?
Okay, it's subject to different interpretation. If the rooster has a lot of feathers and it sweats, but you cannot see or feel the sweat because of it is covered by those feathers, I would say there are a lot of people also that goes through a lot in this country. You see them smiling while they're burning inside. I think that's the best way that I can actually interpret it.
I mean, it reminds me of a song done by our Gambian singer, Fula Gangster. I mean, I like the line where he says, "Mojamal kumbota bare bukanya jioje." I think that song fits here. Yeah. So, Julia, what's your interpretation?
My interpretation. The rooster sweats, but you can't see it because of the feathers, of course. I mean, just because a person is strong on the outside doesn't mean that they're going through a lot of things, maybe emotional breaks and all other struggles that, any other person encounter or goes through. So being strong doesn't mean that you are immortal, It only means that you are a strong person, and it means that you have emotion. But oftentimes we take people who don't complain, who are quiet, who are going through a lot themselves, we tend to take them for granted. Okay, the fire part, wala ki do they wah. So it's like we take advantage of those situations of people who do not like to complain or who do not like to share what they're really going through. And they live in a society whereby empathy it's lacking. Nit will be going through a lot of things. Before you know it, it's everywhere. So obviously people then they tend to keep it to themselves rather than sharing, because sharing means more harm than good to yourself. So you would rather suffer internally than share it with the people, and that is the reason why I want to believe that depression it's high. It's because the person has been harboring a lot of things. Munut ko gene amut ken kumo trust mugene that thing from outside, but it doesn't mean that the person is not going through a lot. Yeah.
Well, I mean, we all belong to the group going through a lot. But what we do is we know how to handle ourselves, because
that's
society,
right.
At some point, even if you're feeling something inside, they'll tell you, "Dangamuny." You understand? No, society will tell you, "Munya."
You're not allowed to be depressed. You're not allowed. So depressed,
let's take a look at our marriage houses.
Yeah.
I mean, even if a man or a woman is going through a lot, what society will tell you, "Munyal rek, togal fufu." Even if you know this is not going to work, they'll still tell you, "Munyal fufu nono." So
and the worst part is they don't allow you to really tell them what the problems are. So problems is so how are you going to solve them? So the woman, it's not allowed to actually come out and this is what I'm going through. Let us solve this amicably. But again, the woman then call munyal. But in that do you know what the woman is going through?
You know, sometimes people tend to be violent at times. Because of certain things. They've been keeping it for a long time. So let's move on. Police officers remove Auditor General from his office in Gambia. That's what the Fourier newspaper said.
That's the headline in all the newspapers.
Yes, but for me, it's in Gambia, as if they are talking to the international world. I mean, we all understood. I mean, it's happening. It happened in the Gambia. So, Mar, let's talk about this. Is it right? I mean, is it constitutional for there to be a direct order putting you forcefully remove the Auditor General from his office?
Short answer, no. It is not constitutional. The office of the Auditor General is not subject to any direction or control. That is what the Constitution says. I believe it should be Section 160, subsection 7. And then you will also find that also in the National Audit Act. where it says that as the Auditor General, you cannot be controlled or you cannot be directed by anybody. That's one thing.
Right.
But if you also look at the other part of the Constitution, when it comes to the removal of the Auditor General, Section 158, in one of his subsections, I believe it should be subsection 4, it says that an Auditor General can be removed from his office, and it puts out the requirements, right? Either infirmity or once you reach the retirement age, or your contract being terminated by the president. But subject to a provision, right? Which means a statutory legislation, which means an act.
Right.
Now, when it comes to the legislation, which is the NAO Act of 2015, it has laid out the grounds, right?
Yeah.
The grounds in which an Auditor General can be removed out of office. And these are 3 grounds. You will find them in Section 16, subsection 4 of the National Audit Office Act. And it says if you are unable to perform your functions, right? From infirmity or mentally you are not fit.
You are not fit to run.
To run that particular office, then you can be removed. But there are also extra conditions. I'm going to come to that. And then it also says that if you are found to be guilty of misbehavior or you are incompetent, because this thing could be subject to different interpretation, the law went further to say, if you are mentally imbalanced or there is infirmity, there has to be a certified medical board that has to investigate, diagnose you, and certify that this person is not mentally fit to run this office, right? That is for A, which is which has to do with the mental issue. Now, for B and C, what the law is also saying is, for incompetence and misbehavior, there has to be a tribunal, and that tribunal will comprise of a high court judge, the ombudsman, who do a lot of work when it comes to administrative injustice and corruption, a member of the Public Service Commission, who is normally consulted when they are actually appointing someone else, right? And a chartered accountant also have to be part of the tribunal. Now, this tribunal is an independent tribunal that have to investigate whether you have misbehaved or you are incompetent, and they will write their report to make a recommendation that, okay, he has been found to be guilty of misbehavior or he or she is incompetent. On that ground, that is where the Auditor General can be removed. So it is an independent office. The position of the the position of the Auditor General is constitutionally armored. It is steel plated. It is protected. A president does not have like the free check, the carte blanche to come and remove an Auditor General.
Surprisingly, I mean, the Office of the Auditor General was introduced by the former president, Yahya Jammeh. And, you know, there were, in fact, according to reports, Jammeh doesn't even interfere with the work of the Auditor General. I mean, seeing people pushing and pulling and, in fact, taking him off his office sends a signal. And, you know, it's a very confusing one.
It's a controversial one for me. I think even this administration, since they came into office, they have never, ever touched the office of the Auditor General. Karamba Toure, who was there during the time of Jammeh, I think he has served his term, or let's say maybe perhaps either he has served his term or retirement, and he was replaced by Modu. Modu Sise. Modu Sise used to be the director of internal audit. If he was incompetent, he would not have been promoted to the rank of Auditor General, right? So they've never touched it. They've done well, but why now? And for me,
that is the million-dollar question.
The controversy here is when we had this administration labeling reports from the Auditor General as just a mere opinion or they are half-baked. This wasn't a surprise for me when it actually happened. But you cannot be serious about verbally to say we are serious in combating corruption, but practically you are doing something else different. If the Auditor General is incompetent, if he is found to be corrupt, if he is found to be mentally imbalanced, or if he has misbehaved, If all of these grounds are met, we will support you in removing the Auditor General.
True.
But you have not come with any of those requirements being checked. You offered him a position. And when you offer someone as a position, it is at their discretion to either accept or reject. And the Auditor General said he has not accepted the offer verbally or in writing.
But there was an initial,
The presidency said that he accepted initially.
Yes.
So they will have to go to court in contract law. There is what we call promissory estoppel, right?
Yes.
If you make a promise and someone else rely on that promise to act or make a decision, you are stopped from fulfilling that promise. Meaning, I said, I am going to give you, let's say, you want to pre-finance a project or a business, right? And then you said, okay, I will loan you to pre-finance it, right? And then, but you will just have to give me a couple of days. You go to another person to say, okay, I want to do this today, but this person who's going to loan me said he will give it to me this following day. But then I don't have the money. The person gives you the money, you pre-finance the project. So you went back to the person and said, give me the money, I need to pay it back. And the person,
so, I mean, let's try to put this together. I mean, there was a time the Office of the Auditor General requested for a particular report from GRA. And it was alleged that GRA refused, I mean, to tender that report. According to what they said, the Auditor General doesn't have any right, any audacity, I mean, to request for a report like that. Probably these are all things that are put together.
No. So the Auditor General can access any books of the government. All the institutions must be subject to audits by the Auditor General. And that is clearly stated in the Constitution. They can audit the central bank, the GRA, airport, any of the only institution that the audit office might not be able to audit is themselves. Because the law says you will not audit yourself. Yes. An external auditor will have to audit you. So they cannot, if the National Audit Office don't audit the GRA or the central bank or any other institution, who will audit those? Do you want to bring in private auditors when you already have the qualified institution? The reality is, no one has ever come in and said this institution is incompetent. I've said this several times. In this administration, one of the institutions that has maintained its integrity, competence, is the National Audit Office and the judiciary, at least at the higher courts, right? These two institutions have maintained that position and they have not been second, right? So if something else is working, why change it? Why do you want to change the Auditor General and then move him to the role of Minister of Trade?
So
no reason has been advanced.
It doesn't. So what does this really mean, looking at the risk that are involved to democratic accountability if the Auditor General can be removed easily?
Well, they've done it practically. In law, it has to be tested. This case is a very unique case. It is a public interest case.
Right.
It will go to the court. And
I think they already started the process. Lamin J. Dabo, I had the interview.
This will go as soon as yesterday.
Yes.
Right? Because it is a precedent that is being set. If it's not tested, then any other president that comes in here will like to play with our institution. And then we have what we call the principle of rule of law, which the government always brag about. We have the government always talking about democracy. This is not democracy. This is a style of authoritarianism where you make a decision and it's final. It is like a monarchy. Even monarchs actually have laws that govern their powers, their checks and balances. Do we have checks and balances? This is a democratic state. So the president is not given absolute powers. There are checks.
So in connection with the removal, the forceful removal of the Auditor General from his office, 4 youths arrested in connection with that as well. Recently we've seen a lot of arresting of youths, bailing them, releasing them, sending them to mile 2. What is this signaling our democracy?
All of it, they're all related to corruption issues, right? So it seems government has been putting a lot of effort in preventing anti-corruption movements that has brought a lot of governments down. It might probably bring this government down because for us, we have seen some seriousness in certain institutions that we've worked with in you know, increasing, or should I say, building this anti-corruption firewall in an institution. We did it with the Ministry of Justice. We did it with Parliament. Even the National Audit Office, we've been working with them. So we've been focusing on these institutions. However, politically, you know, I did mention that you have technocrats and politicians.
Right.
So we work with the technocrats. The politicians obviously have been compromising the work that has been done by most of these institutions. And, you know, they're the executive. But then the Parliament comes into play, right? What is Parliament also doing? Parliament exercise their oversight on executive decisions. But then this is where we also need to do judicial review to review the decisions that have been taken by the President. If Parliament is not acting, Parliament should not be a rubber stamp. This is one of the most serious cases that I've ever seen in our democracy. Forcefully removing an Auditor General that is not accused of corruption, incompetence, or mentally imbalanced, or conflict of interest, but exceptionally proven that he has been doing his work well. And you've not been doing your part. All you've been doing is, oh, it's just a mere audit, it's a mere opinion, they are half-baked, it's biased. That's interesting.
So, interesting times.
Yes.
Speaking of which, you did mention the role of the National Assembly, which I think they have a very important role. But again, there is a headline on the Standard in connection to that. Government dismisses Assembly's recommendation against ministers, officials in Russian oil scandal.
There is also corruption. So it just goes back to what I was saying, right? They have not been showing the political will in addressing the issue of corruption. Look, you established a local government commission for 2 years, going after local councils, most of whom actually are guilty of minor corruption, misdemeanors. But then at the ground level, the systematic one, recommendation, advance, you said no, they are biased, or it is a cooked report. I mean, these are parliamentarians of different political parties, some of whom are actually part of the ruling government. So I think the level of corruption in this country is unaddressed and it's not taken seriously. And it goes back to the report that we are going to bring out tomorrow.
Okay.
What do people think about corruption in this country? I mean, not tomorrow, next week. And the level of political will. And how deeply rooted is corruption in our public sector, and which of the institutions is considered to be the most corrupt.
That's going to be interesting.
A lot more on that, because we've been having this feeling, right? You know, these issues has been surfacing, and you see it is blatant, it's out there. But what happens? Nothing. If an administration is notorious of that, you are enabling, you opening the doors, what we call, you opening the floodgates of corruption to actually float in the public administration. And what is that going to result to? Post services. Before the show, you were talking about these organs that has to be stored.
Yes, definitely.
Roads and good roads, education. Everything is actually going to be substandard because you've opened up the floodgates. And once those are opened, it's going to be difficult to actually...
Exactly.
What do we then do to get this right? I mean, we have seen commission upon commissions, you know, recommendations, but nothing or much has been done.
Any result, yes.
Exactly, as far as these revelations are concerned.
It's the political will. It goes back to the political will. And let me tell you this. The police, number one, they acted unlawfully in carrying out this order. They should know better because they are supposed to enforce the law. But the same
they
police...
were acting based on orders.
Well, the TRRC made this recommendation. Orders have to be lawful. Right? If they are unlawful, the police should know better when to actually enforce orders that are unlawful. But going back to these issues, the police themselves have gazillion of corruption cases that are not moving. The Ministry of Justice have done a lot in prosecuting corruption cases, but we have seen how some of them have not been moving to the pace that we want. So the technocrats are doing what they're supposed to do. Parliament did the same thing. The National Audit Office have done a lot of audit where they have, you know, discovered serious maladministration, misappropriation of funds, only few have been prosecuted, and most of them are minor cases.
Yeah.
Right? So it goes back to one thing, political will. The technocrats are doing what they're supposed to do. The politicians are not doing what they're supposed to do.
Exactly. So Office of the President is also claiming redeployment of the Auditor General is not about interfering in the office job.
It doesn't seem like that. It does not seem like that. If the Office of the Auditor General is a bulletproof kind of office in terms of its removal, right? Why do you just decide to redeploy the person? But if you redeploy the person and the person said, I'm okay where I am, what's wrong with the person not accepting your offer? Because now, how it is going to look like, the public will lack trust and confidence in any future audit reports that are going to be produced. Once you bring in someone else that you forcefully you install that person in there,
Right.
no matter how good the report is, the public is going to lack confidence in that. The credibility will be questioned. So they have already made this look muddy.
Right.
You understand? And I cannot be forced to do a job that I don't want to do. You gave me an offer, I said thank you. I prefer to be here.
And one thing that I observed, like on social media, everyone was saying that the advisors of President Barrow needs serious advice as well, because a lot of people are claiming that maybe they are not advising him the right thing or to do the right thing.
And the same thing with communication, because if you said, okay, I offered Balde or Julde a minister position, and the contract have not been signed, there's no agreement, right? We are taught that once an offer is made, acceptance has to be given, right? And then you have an agreement. So if I was in their position, I would have actually done my work, give you the TOR, contract you. Once you append your signature to this, I know it's a binding contract. You understand? Then I can go public and then say, so-and-so has been redeployed to this particular position.
That is the wise thing to do.
That's the worst thing and the safest thing to do. But you wanted to just come out and then make announcement. That's your own mess. So you have to do your own dirty laundry. People don't have to do your dirty laundry.
Exactly. People don't have to do your dirty laundry. Let's move on.
Yeah,
I mean, we've seen the United Democratic Party also chose Ousseynou Dabo. I mean, many people have seen that coming. It wasn't a big surprise. Do you think UDP, they got that muscle to change the political system in 2026 in the Gambia?
From our polls, it doesn't seem they currently have that muscle. Our polls is showing Dabo as an individual stands 12% chance of winning the 2026 election, not even second. So you also have to note that most of those that are against his bid for presidency in 2026 are young people. The same young people are also against Barrow's Tatam bid, right? So they are now unpopular within the younger ones. Notwithstanding, this is not to also say that they don't have
a chance of.
They don't have like the ground support. They do have their grounds, but with our electoral system, you need to pull with this. The last election, we have about 89% voter turnout. The NPP had about 53% of the votes casted in their favor, and the UDP had about 29%.
Yeah.
Our polls is showing NPP vote has gone their popularity has gone down from 53 to now 31%. Wow. UDP from 29, Ousseynou Dabo from receiving 29% to now 12%. So you need votes, not like percentages, where it is the threshold is set that you need to have this you need to meet this threshold, which is 50% of the votes plus one for you to be elected into office. It's a simple pass the post, right? And a first past the post. So if you have a candidate that is been receiving a lot of rejection from the population, I will have done better. Because I've tried it several times, it did not work. So if you do the same thing expecting different results, it's not going to work.
Well, but what does this mean now, for the fact that Talib, it's no more there? And, you know, what does this really mean? Because your polls predicted that he also had a chance of winning. I don't know whether under the UDP ticket or as an individual, under the UDP ticket. So what does this mean now that Talib, it's not there?
Well, I think it will weaken the UDP a lot because his departure is also followed with a lot of resignations from its party, top officials. You know, that sends a lot of signal. You understand, and then that departure could also mean, you see, even that 12% that Dabo gets, right? It will decline because there's going to be departure of those, because I've never seen conversation within the UDP for a replacement more prevalent, more widespread
than this one,
more publicly than this one. So it sends a lot of signal.
11 candidates initially.
It tells a lot that within the UDP, they're actually even ready for change. They know that we've done this with the same person for about 30 years. It has not given us any result. We need to change.
Definitely.
We need to change. Maybe they have a good party campaign strategy, but then if the candidate is not marketable, politics is about marketing. I mean, this is what most politicians don't understand.
True.
You understand? You have to market your product. You can have the best specifications, qualifications, competence, right? But then how do you market that person to the voters? And it's about marketing, because your manifesto, your marketing, but then the person who's going to bring it to reality, how do you present that person, right? So I think that is one of the things that they were actually going to suffer from.
Well, considering lawyer Ousainou Darboe being the flag bearer for UDP, he worked with the Barrow government as well as vice president. I mean, how effective was he when he was in office? So that can also reflect and contract how he's going to be if he's president as well.
Well, most voters will say, and I think that's why he also didn't do well in 2021. Most voters will say he's already been part of the government.
Absolutely.
The opportunity was given to him. He was second in command. And not only second in command, most voters were saying he was literally running the government. So why do you have to, now run? Why do we have to give you another chance? And it's them question that they're also asking to Barrow. We've given you 2 terms. We've not seen much. So why do we have to give you a third chance? And then if you look at our survey, I believe it's about 59%, about 60% of the voters are against his third term bid. So he's actually also going to face a lot of opposition votes. But it depends on who is going to be on the ballot, right? If it is between Barrow and Darboe, we know where, it could be predicted who's going to be the winner, right? But if it is other candidates coming on, maybe newer candidates, younger ones, then it could be very tough for Darboe and
But we've also seen that on your poll that there are a lot of people who are on the fence, the undecided voters. I mean, that can also, I'll be really interested to see another opinion poll and what it will say this time now that Talib, it's not there, and maybe we will see a lot of political parties coming, a lot of flag bearers coming. It will be really interesting to see or know what the opinion poll says.
Yeah, we will try and do another one next year, and see what is happening. And those on the fence, it's interesting how this data actually manifests itself. Those are people that are not pro-Dabo or
Barrow.
pro-Barrow. They don't want neither of those. You understand? So if I'm in any of those political parties, I will be worried. Why the undecided voters?
And it's high.
It's very high, and it was the same thing in 2021. They are not affiliated with any party, but they are looking at how things are working, and are not. I don't think I'm going to vote for Barrow or I'll vote for Dabo.
Well, you know, before that survey, I mean, I spoke to few people. I mean, these are not working class people. These are people that normally they stay at home, they handle their businesses at home. But I asked them, how is 2026 going to be? The other person said to me, I am not voting this time. I'll be at home. I won't vote. So many people are thinking like that because they think, okay, even if I vote, there is no difference. It's still going to be the same system again.
So does that mean we are expecting a low voter turnout?
Well, depending on the candidates, if they know, you know, unlikely because presidential election 2016 the turnout was pretty much good. 2021 about 89%. That was also good. So it depends on also this coming election. I think are we encouraging younger politicians to actually step up? I think that will actually make the system more adopting,
Nice.
and give the people the opportunity to come and then because election is a period of you evaluating what the people have been going through, what they want. You understand?
Nice.
So do they want the same old guards to be doing the same old style of politics, or do they want younger ones to come and then change that?
Should we call the removal of the Auditor General as sacking? Should we call it as sacking?
It's forceful removal.
But redeployment, I mean, is
Yeah,
redeployed.
no, redeployment actually, look, when the law is clear, when you are removing, the Auditor General, if you are redeploying him, he has to resign. So that is one way the Auditor General can actually leave over. He has to resign from his position and accept this offer. But he has not resigned. Right? You're forcibly removing him from office. That is not what the law says. That is not okay. That is not okay in law, and in morally it's also not okay. You understand? If I was the president, I would not, or anyone that was advising him, I would not allow this to get to this level. You understand? Like I said earlier on, I would have established that he is interested in this position. I offer him, he signs the contract, then we can make the announcement. But I think the announcement was prematurely done, and it was not necessary to bring in the officials to remove him, because now you are installing someone else in that position without following due process. The processes have been clearly stated in the Constitution, more specifically in the National Audit Office Act. It is clearly stated there. You have not met any of those requirements. You have not established a process that has to be followed in his removal. So it's just like today. I would call it an institutional coup d'etat. That's how I can actually call it, because you are removing someone else and bringing someone else. Today, if someone else to go and then do coup d'etat in the office of the president, you're forcibly removing the person without following the due process in the Constitution, which says the person, president can be impeached. The impeachment process has not been taken. The president can be removed from office if obviously is mentally imbalanced, right? Or if they're guilty of corruption. But there are processes that you have to follow, right? So if someone else go and then conduct coup d'etat, that is what we have experienced before, then that becomes a coup d'etat. You call it as it is. So what is happening at NAO is an institutional coup d'etat.
And going back, looking at the appointment of Babukar Ojuv as the Minister of Defense, from Trade to Defense, and a lot of people are saying that he has no knowledge or background in security matters. So, I mean, what do you make of his appointment as the Minister of Defense?
Well, see, like I said, in governance you have politicians, you have technocrats.
Right.
But then these are sensitive ministries. Defense, with everything that is happening in this world, there's so much war happening. God forbid today, if Gambia gets into that, obviously we will depend on the commander in chief, which is the president, and then also the chief. I mean the army chief of, I don't know how to call it. The chief of defense staff. Those are the ones that we're going to depend. At political level, they're making decisions and issues that needs to actually benefit the institution and actually reform it. So I don't think today, if you give me a position that I'm not qualified for, based on my integrity, I will not accept it. But that's not the same for everyone.
So at this point, thank you very much, Mar, for review. We've taken a lot of your time. It was supposed to be 25 minutes, but we've taken you almost 1 hour. I mean, you know, we are also trying to put 1 or 2 things together because of the guests that we are supposed to have. Now we will just go for a short break, then we take the last guest for the show. Thank you very much. You've saved the day, Marnyang.
Thank you very much.
Yes. So, viewers, this is what we have on our newspaper review. We'll be right back after the break.
Q money e orange money Johnny webini nuldugol mbudi mi yetoma Johnny ida wawi nuldude mbudi irako Gambia do yaha Senegal e Q money wallet mount e ko hon wonda e fadde mi yetoma uduto Q money account ma on Johnny fuddoda nuldude mbudi e teribe ma e wadon ka orange money nder Senegal fi yebugol hen ko labi ida wawi nuldude Q money customer care e 133 Q money suñu kalpe dum no yadi e sartaji.
Opticalia, Gambia's leader in optical care with 5 locations offering the best in visual health. With cutting-edge European technology, Opticalia delivers single vision lenses in just 20 minutes. At Opticalia, we care about our future. Eye exams are free for individuals under 18, ensuring everyone has access to quality eye care. But it's not just about vision. Opticalia also provides advanced audiology services to ensure your hearing health is in the best hands. Our audiology services offer European standard hearing aids and diagnostics, ensuring everyone can hear clearly. Whether it's testing or treatment, you can trust Opticalia for your auditory care. Opticalia offers European standard products, fair prices, and exceptional value all under one roof. Visit Opticalia at the Tropic Shopping Center near Senegambia or call us on 7767-121 or at any of our regional branches. Banjul 7767-126, Brikama 7767-123, Farafenni 7767-124, Basse 7767-125. Opticalia, love what you see and hear.
Q money aning orange money ye bulodi nyola pour ka kori kio sone yandi ka bonan Gambia banko kan kata Senegal banko kan aning Q money wallet e kamune batu imuna fan Q money account wala sign pour kadati ka kodoki eterimal anila dimbayal kana aning orange money Senegal ni lafta ku Senegal sotola je Q money customer care commandi 133 Q money suñu kalpe ñing sartolle bala.
Q Money and Orange Money has just made money transfer easier. Now you can send money from Gambia to Senegal directly from your Q Money wallet. So what are you waiting for? Get your Q Money account now and start sending money to your friends and families through Orange Money in Senegal now. For more information, call our customer care on 133. Q Money, Sunu Kalpe. Terms and conditions apply.
Banking the smart way with the new Aji Bank mobile app. Transfer money to any bank account in the Gambia. Top up airtime for all networks. Pay utility bills. Check your account balance and view mini statements. Request for ATM cards. Request for checkbooks and more in a single touch. So, do your banking in a smart way. Do your banking now with Aji Bank mobile app. Every time is banking time. Aji Bank, your investment partner. Q Money Money ak Orange Money ñoo lëkkaloo pour yombalal leen yónnee xaalis bàyyi ko Gambia dem ba Sénégal ak Q Money Wallet looy toog di xaar dawal léegi nga ubbi Q Money account pour nga mun a door di yónnee xaalis sa xarit ak sa mbokk yi jaarale ko Orange Money Sénégal léegi pour am si lu leer mun ngaa call Q Money customer care si 133 Q Money suñu kalpe lii dafa ànd ak sarta yuñ tëral. Q Money e Orange Money joni weɓini nuldugol mbuuɗi mi yetoma joni hiɗa wawi nuldude mbuuɗi iwra ko Gambia ɗo yaha Sénégal e Q Money wallet ma on eyyi ko honno wonɗa e fadde mi yetoma udduto Q Money account ma on joni fuɗɗoɗa nuldude mbuuɗi e teriɓe ma rewa ɗon ka Orange Money nder Sénégal fi heɓugol hen ko laaɓi hiɗa wawi noddude Q Money customer care e 133 Q Money suñu kalpe ɗum no yaadi e sartaji.
Opticalia, Gambia's leader in optical care with 5 locations offering the best in visual health. With cutting-edge European technology, Opticalia delivers single vision lenses in just 20 minutes. At Opticalia, we care about our future. Eye exams are free for individuals under 18, ensuring everyone has access to quality eye care. But it's not just about vision. Opticalia also provides advanced audiology services to ensure your hearing health is in the best hands. Our audiology services offer European standard hearing aids and diagnostics, ensuring everyone can hear clearly. Whether it's testing or treatment, you can trust Opticalia for your auditory care. Opticalia offers European standard products, fair prices, and exceptional value all under one roof. Visit Opticalia at the Tropic Shopping Center near Senegambia or call us on 7767-121 or at any of our regional branches. Banjul 7767-126, Brikama 7767-123, Farafenni 7767-124, Basse 7767-125. Opticalia, love what you see and hear.
Q Money aning Orange Money ye bulodi nyola pour ka kori kio sone yandi ka bonan Gambia banko kan kata Senegal banko kan aning Q Money wallet e kamune batu imuna fan Q Money account wala sign pour kadati ka kodoki iterimal anila dimbayal kana aning Orange Money Senegal ni lafta ku Senegal sotola je Q Money customer care commandi 133 Q Money suñu kalpe ñing sartolle bala.
Q Money and Orange Money has just made money transfer easier. Now you can send money from Gambia to Senegal directly from your Q Money wallet. So what are you waiting for? Get your Q Money account now and start sending money to your friends and families through Orange Money in Senegal now. For more information, call our customer care on 133 Q Money, Sunu Kalpe. Terms and conditions apply.
Banking the smart way with the new Aji Bank mobile app. Transfer money to any bank account in the Gambia. Top up airtime for all networks. Pay utility bills. Check your account balance and view mini statements. Request for ATM cards. Request for checkbooks and more in a single touch. So, do your banking in a smart way. Do your banking now with Aji Bank mobile app. Every time is banking time. Aji Bank, your investment partner. Q Q Money ak Orange Money ñoo lëkkaloo pour yombalal leen yónnee xaalis bàyyi ko Gambia dem ba Sénégal ak Q Money wallet looy toog di xaar dawal léegi nga ubbi Q Money account pour nga mun a door di yónnee xaalis sa xarit ak sa mbokk yi jaarale ko Orange Money Sénégal léegi pour am si lu leer mun ngaa call Q Money customer care si 133 Q Money suñu kalpe lii dafa ànd ak sarta yuñ tëral.
We're back. You're watching QTV this morning. I am Ibrahim Balde. Now let's head to the other segment of this program, and we'll be talking about chess education. I mean, a few weeks back, we invited the Chess Association of the Gambia, and I think Lamin was here. Is it Lamin? You know, we discussed, I mean, what chess is, the importance, and you know, how are they doing to make sure people in the Gambia get used to the game of chess. We growing up as little children before, I mean, seeing our elders playing this, it becomes something very unusual for people like me, and I still can't understand this game. So it will be very important, and we have Christina Aziz, I mean, the co-founder Chess in Gambia School and Communities. And we also have Angel Loxa. Is it Loxa? Am I mentioning it right?
Lopsia.
Okay.
Anzal Lopsia.
All right, senior lead instructor and lecturer from the International Chess Federation Education Commission. Ladies, it's good to have you on QTV.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, so I mean, let's start with how, tell us about your experience in the Gambia. You are Gambian.
Yes, I am a Gambian.
Yeah, so
yes.
it will be important for us to hear from you.
Ibrahim, first of all, I just want to clarify something. When you said seeing the elder play,
Yes.
did you refer to me there? Just to set the record straight, okay? I hope not.
All right, you got
I
me.
see you, I
You
see
got
you.
me there. You got me there. Yes.
One for Ibrahim, 0 for Anzal. I'll get you back before the end of the show.
I know.
Well, I have to tell you guys that this is absolutely such an amazing experience. Today is exactly a week that I'm in the Gambia, and I am having so much fun. I'm going home tomorrow, and I'm feeling so sad to go home tomorrow.
Already?
I don't want to go home. I'm
Wow, please stay.
yes, the experience is amazing. First of all, the people are friendly. The cats love me, so that's a big thing for me.
Nice.
And the people that we trained, that Christina will talk about in a moment, they were so passionate and like sponges, you know. They just wanted the information. They were hungry for new knowledge and new ideas and methodologies. So I am very happy with my experience so far in the Gambia.
All right, Christina, let's start with you.
Right.
I mean, let's go straight to the topic. We don't have much time again. What does chess education mean?
So when we talk about chess and education, we're talking about using the game of chess as an educational tool to be used alongside the academic subjects that would usually be taught in a classroom. And you can use this tool to make learning the other academic subjects funner and easier for the learners.
So what inspired you to launch a chess program specifically for Gambian schools and communities?
Okay, that's a very good question. We launched our organization, when I say we, so I am a co-founder, and then there's also my brother. He's the other co-founder, Matthew Aziz. We launched this program because we learned chess when we were quite young. I was about 8 and he was 6, and we really struggled to find young chess players like us. So we launched this program in the hopes that we would find other young players to play with us, and from there we decided to reach the schools and reach the communities, because those are the two easiest ways to reach the youth.
So why was there a need to start with the teachers specifically rather than starting or establishing clubs for students?
Very good question, and I can answer that. The purpose of our organization is to develop the game of chess across the country, but then also to make chess accessible everywhere, all across the Gambia. And our team is relatively voluntary based, which means that all the members of our team are all volunteers. They are teachers and students and parents who all contribute in their own ways. We realized that we as a team will not be, as a small team, will not be able to reach everyone in the way that we want to if we just establish clubs. And this is why we decided to reach the teachers. Also, our focus is reaching the youth, reaching the students, the young kids, and who do they spend the most time with? I mean, the teachers in their schools. So that was, I think, the main reason why we decided to work with the teachers and reach them directly, because through them we are reaching all of the youth.
So let's talk about the key educational benefits of teaching chess in schools.
We use chess as a game-based learning tool. So the kids are playing, and through play, they learn 21st century skills, language skills, academic skills, without them knowing it, you know. So it's almost like baffling their brains. They go into the classroom and they think we're playing, this is not school, but meanwhile we teach them all those skills. And that spills over into the academic performance and creating a smart nation. Like Christina said about to get to the kids, we need to get to the teachers. And in chess education, we believe if you reach a child, you reach a family. When you reach a family, you reach a community. When you reach a community, you can change the nation. And this is where our teachers are key, because to get to our children in the right way and to teach them the right things, we need to work through the teachers. They are the key ingredient to this recipe. And by the year 2030, we would like to see that every child under the age of 9 in Africa know the basics of chess, not to become a gold medalist, but just to learn certain skills and to increase their academic performance,
So
to create a smart continent.
So let's talk about the percentage of the number of people that are interested, I mean, especially in Africa, the people that are more interested in the game of chess. Me growing up as a child, you know, probably it wasn't a very, it wasn't a game that I see always people playing here. Although I see sometimes, I have one of my uncles who traveled back home. He was in Germany. I mean, he got these things and he played a lot with some of his colleagues. I can even see where he will come train some of his colleagues on how to do it. It's a bit different from
it seems difficult.
It's different.
It
how
looks
is it
difficult.
like? How is it similar to the draft game that we have? Is it similar or different?
This is a sensitive question, and we don't want to offend anyone, because I know that draft is quite big in the Gambia. But chess is for the grown-ups. In that sense.
If you ask a chess player that, we will always reply.
It's not for the grown-ups, but it's harder than drafts. It's not as easy.
So are people accepting the game?
Yes. And you know, you asked now about, or you mentioned a very important fact to say that you never learned how to play chess, but you know some of your friends have. And that's exactly the point. You know, when kids are young, they learn how to kick a ball, throw a ball, catch a ball, all that naturally, either by the neighbors or at school. But if you don't know chess, you won't choose chess. And this is why we want to expose kids to chess. When you have your little ones, you teach them how to swim in order not to drown, right? So use the same idea. Teach them to play chess in order not to drown in life, you know, to learn those skills and to help them in life.
So in terms of the teachers that were selected, how was the selection process done? And how are they trained to ensure that they can effectively train kids to do chess?
So our organization signed a memorandum of understanding with the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education. So we worked very closely alongside Director Zheng in the selection process. For this first preparation of teachers course, this was our pilot project essentially, we thought we would start off by selecting teachers only from region 1 and 2, just to make, you know, transportation much easier. However, and quoting Anzel, something that she says a lot, we came across a happy problem, which is that teachers from all across the nation heard about what we're doing and started calling us and said, please, can we participate?
Wow.
So mainly we selected teachers from regions 1 and 2, but then we did have the odd few from regions 6 and 5 and 4. And there's one teacher who said something really significant to me that I'll remember. And she came all the way from Basse, and she said, you cannot put a price on education. So she was willing to make that extra effort and that extra sacrifice and travel all the way to Senegambia, which is where we held the teacher training.
Well,
oh, wonderful!
So they are my people.
Wonderful. But so we actually have a very large community in Basse who are very passionate about chess.
Nice.
They keep calling us and asking us to go there. So hopefully our next preparation of teachers course will be in Basse, more accessible for them.
That would be nice. Yeah. So what inspired this training in the Gambia?
Good question. This started off with our organization hosting, you know, we're called Chess in Gambia Schools and Communities.
Right.
So we would host bi-weekly Saturday chess meetups at Iceland. I don't know if you know Iceland. If you love ice cream, then you know Iceland.
Oh, Icy Wonderland.
No, not Icy Wonderland.
Oh, okay.
Iceland.
Iceland.
Yes,
Oh,
yes. But so we would host Saturday chess meetups every other week there.
Okay.
And it's open to everyone, whether you're a beginner, whether you're a skilled player, whether you have no idea what chess is and you came to buy ice cream but then wanted to stop and see what we're doing. It's a mix of teachers and students and parents and kids. And we kept hearing testimonies from parents. They kept coming to us and saying, thank you. Because of this meetup and because of playing chess, our children have grown more confident. They've stepped out of their bubbles. They're socializing more. They're performing better in schools. They have better behavior. And they were actually the ones who asked us to go to their schools. And we did. We tried to go to the schools, and in some schools we managed to start chess clubs. But we kept hearing the same thing from teachers, which is, we want to play chess and we want chess in our schools, but we don't know how to bring chess to our schools. So we realized, okay, it's not as simple as just providing the resources. We also need to empower these educators. We need to teach them and show them how to do this. And so this is, I think, the main reason, or this is how the idea of hosting this preparation of teachers course really sparked.
So what does it really take to actually learn chess?
A chessboard helps.
Yeah, it helps if you have a chessboard.
And the willingness to learn. And someone to teach you. For us, it's not about how you don't need certain skills in order to play chess. Because through chess you can develop those skills, and that's the beauty of the game. You know, it's like if you're not fit and you start running, and the more you run, the fitter you get. The same with chess. The more you play, it's like you learn certain strategies on the board or certain movements of the pieces, and it's like a gear in the brain clicks. You know, it's a different angle.
Right.
Like lateral thinking, for instance, you know, being able to think out of the box. That's something that chess really inspires, and gear that switches over.
You know, for me,
But
I'm curious to know. I'm seeing different things on this table, but I am curious to know what are they representing.
What do you see? Tell us what you see, because that will be interesting. This is a nice exercise for
Yes,
us.
this is
I'm
usually-
seeing. Is this a horse?
Yes?
Yes.
Oh, okay, I'm seeing a horse, and this it's like a crown or something.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Exactly.
Is it representing a castle or a king?
King.
A king?
Yeah, that's a king.
Okay.
Is this a queen?
Yes.
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 because
Are
I'm
you
seeing
sure you
something.
don't play chess? Are you
Yes.
messing with us?
I don't play chess, but for this I don't understand. What is this?
So usually if you take a look at the shape, the overall shape of this piece, we usually tell our learners or our students it looks a bit like a tower. Right? So if you were to look,
castle.
or a castle, exactly. If you were to look at the stereotypical castle, it looks like the tower of a castle.
Okay. All right. So how do I win? How do I play?
How long does it take an average person to learn this, though?
This is very interesting. You ask, how do I win, and then how do I
I
play?
How do I
win and
see
how
you.
do I
You are
play?
very competitive.
Yes.
I just want to know how
We can
to.
see.
So every piece has a different movement, and the idea is to trap your opponent's king. If the king, all the other pieces can be off the board,
Okay.
but the king not. So the moment the king is trapped, the game is over. It's the end of that kingdom.
When the king is trapped.
When the king
Yes.
is trapped, yes.
So if the other pieces trap him. Now there are 6 different pieces, all 6 of them move in different ways. They have to, some of them move in similar ways, limited similar ways. And everyone has a different function, and they all play together. So white moves first, black moves, white moves, black
Let
moves.
me put on my feminist cap. Why
Go
does
for
it have to be over when the queen is already there?
But okay, the king can,
Because
king's
the king
move
controls
is
the
very
queen.
limited.
Well, I mean, I disagree
The
with
king
that.
controls the queen.
In chess,
Oh
actually.
no, wrong answer.
Yeah.
Try
Oh,
again.
Yes.
Oh, it
in
doesn't
chess-
work like that in
no,
chess?
No. In
Okay.
chess, actually, the queen is the most powerful piece on the chessboard.
Oh, really?
Yes,
wow.
that will make you happy.
Wow.
Yes, the queen
Okay.
is the most powerful piece on the chessboard
Okay.
because it is the only piece that can move in virtually any direction
Okay.
on all of the colored squares.
The
Okay.
king's movement is extremely limited.
Right.
Yes.
But the queen is...
Oh, the queen can go everywhere.
Yeah, so I always tell the king...
But
the
how about if
kids-
this king here happened to kidnap the queen here? Because
Oh,
he
it
moves
can happen.
everywhere. So
It can
It
happen.
can happen.
it can happen, you see?
Interesting.
sometimes
Julia, this seems interesting.
I'm already
How
excited
can
to learn
how
this.
can we be part? How can we learn to play this? I mean, it will be great.
Well, there are several different ways that we can do that. What
Yeah.
I would say is we can start our own chess club here
Oh,
in,
wow, here?
QTV.
All right,
Yeah.
okay.
Or even in QCell, we can have our own chess club.
QCell,
Yes.
let's do the Q group. Let's
Exactly,
do the Q
the
group.
Q
You know,
group. We
Yeah.
can
when
start
when
chess
you say
club here.
QCell, we are
Club.
just limiting it to QCell. But we have over 15 companies, the Q group. So we
Okay.
can we
Fantastic
can do a chess
then.
club.
The Q-
This is then a verbal agreement. I'm a
Yes.
lawyer, so this is seen as a
Yes,
verbal
warning,
agreement.
she is a lawyer.
The listeners...
Well,
We have witnesses.
don't worry about that. We'll handle it. You
So,
know.
what was the challenge? How challenging was it to integrate chess into schools and communities?
I think the number one challenge here, it's much easier to integrate chess into schools and communities in other countries because chess is more well known. Here in the Gambia, most of the time when we pull out the chessboard, people will say, this is drafts. So chess wasn't as well known, which did make it a little harder for us. It means that we have to put in some more effort in terms of sensitizing and talking about what chess is. For example, the selection process of our teachers. We trained 50 teachers over the past weekend, and I think only 5 actually had previous basic knowledge of chess. The rest didn't. So we were calling and personally speaking with these teachers and explaining to them what chess was and what we're teaching and how chess can benefit their students.
Oh,
I can, from an outside perspective, what I observe, what's happening in the Gambia, 'cause I'm not from here obviously, the main thing is to make it fun.
Yes.
You know, to create a fun and positive learning environment. And this is what they do. And this is also what the techniques that the methods that we use in chess education is to make it inclusive.
Yes.
So for everyone to just have fun and to make it social as well. Often people think chess is this quiet game and you just sit at the board and you move your pieces and you don't talk to your opponent. But we make it inclusive, and collaboration, communication, all of that is important in the classroom, because kids also learn from each other.
Yes.
And that's the key to this, yeah.
You mentioned earlier that you are collaborating with the ministry.
Yes.
Are there any plans to integrate this into the school's curriculums in the Gambia?
You know, integrating chess into the curriculums, and I think probably the better person to ask this question to is Anzel, because she has more experience with this. But I will just comment very quickly in terms of our ministry here. We baby steps, so we're going step by step. We've started off by signing a memorandum of understanding with the ministry, officially recognizing the game of chess as an educational tool and trying to integrate it into all of the schools. So this is the first step. Now, in terms of curriculum,
yeah, well, to change a curriculum is quite a cumbersome process, and it requires legislative changes. So I would suggest, and I suggested that to the Minister of Education and even to Sport, is that to first get chess as a professional development course recognized, because that's policy changes, which is not so hard to do. And once you do that, because this is a 20-hour course, so if the teachers do this, they can clock 20 hours on professional development. And the topics that we cover in the program is not only chess. It's obviously chess is the main focus, because they need to learn how to play and how to teach chess. But it's also things like lesson plan development, learning style, safeguarding. Safeguarding is extremely important to us. So all of those aspects, classroom management, all of those are covered. Some of the teachers that were in the course this weekend have been teaching for decades, and they came to us and they said, I never ever considered this even. You know, certain techniques and methods that we use that they can apply in their everyday classroom as well, not only chess classroom.
So finally, let's talk about the long-term impact of chess in the Gambia.
Okay, we foresee a very, very bright future now that we're into, you know, this preparation of teachers course is just the first of its kind. We are already, like I said before, we came across a happy problem where we tried to select just 50 teachers for this course, but we're receiving calls from schools and teachers asking when we're going to hold the next one, and expressing their desire to participate and to bring chess into their schools. So this is just the first. We intend to keep going, keep rolling out these preparation of teachers courses, keep trying to make it accessible to as many teachers and schools as possible, and the results will come once chess starts being incorporated into the classrooms as an educational tool. We will see children's performances increase. The results will be higher, they will be better than ever. And when that does happen, you will know it was because of the chess in
So
schools.
the media, I mean, I think it's important for you to use the media more. I mean, to let people know what is happening and the game of chess. So are we doing any online education as well?
Yes, we are.
The International Federation, FIDE, that I represent, we have monthly online courses in English and in Spanish. Now, we will start Arabic courses from next month as well. So it's in different languages as well, where people can do it online. But we like, especially when it's teachers that know nothing about chess, it's better to have the in-person training courses, which Christina will do in the country. I will also be back now and then for some of them with her, because if it's bigger numbers, we need to be two trainers. But she's more than capable now to run with it as well, because she also now qualify as a lecturer as well.
Oh, wow, nice. Nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, so thank you, Christina. Thank you, Angel, for coming. And this won't be the last time we have you on this program, I hope. we will be having subsequent programs on chess. Probably the Chess Association of the Q Group would have grown.
Wonderful.
You know, to an extent where we would be playing next program. We will be doing our own chess game here.
Right.
Yeah, so thank you. This is all we have for this edition of QTV this morning.
Right. Until we come your way tomorrow for another edition.
We'll be back here tomorrow. Until then, enjoy the rest of our programs. Bye.